come on in. I'm Tina Carini at spongeandstamp.com. This is the card that we're going to be making today, and I use the Painted Seasons Sale-A-Bration stamp set along with the Painted Seasons Designer Series paper and just 2 framelits. So let's go ahead and get started on this card. I have here Pool Party cardstock that is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I've already folded it. Then I have a sheet of Whisper White cardstock that is 3 3/4 by 5, and this is for the inside of our card. And then I have a piece of Designer Series paper. This is Painted Seasons that is 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And then I have a piece of Blushing Bride, which is 5.5 by 3 1/2. And then we have some scrap for die cutting and stamping. So let's go ahead and let's get started with some of our stamping. I'm going to bring in a piece of scrap computer paper here just to protect my surface. And I'm using this little image right here. I think it coordinates so beautiful with the Designer Series paper. And I'm using Pool Party as well. So we're just going to ink this up and just go ahead and stamp this right down to make sure that we leave plenty of room to die cut. And isn't that beautiful? Look how that just stamps. It makes it so easy and gorgeous. And I am so sorry, you guys. There is a bad shadow this morning. We're just going to have to go with it. So that is, we're going to take the framelit and cut that out. And then this is going to be a layer. We're going to go ahead and stamp on that too. And I heat embossed on that one. And I used the stamp set from, not the stamp set, the sentiment from Love What You Do. And let's get our embossing buddy here. I love my embossing buddy because it really helps with the static to keep the powder off where I don't want it to be. And I'm just going to ink it up in some Versamark, and we're just going to stamp it down here in the bottom left hand corner, or I'm sorry, right hand corner, just like so. And then we're going to bring in some silver embossing powder. And we are going to powder that up and then turn on the heat tool and watch the magic happen. This is one of my favorite things to do. This is actually what started me in stamping and making cards, was heat embossing. Okay, here we go. Turn on my heat tool and let it get heated up. And then here we go. And I'm just going to start from the bottom. Just kind of heat that up a little. And then come in from the top. Can you see that, how that just works? I absolutely love it. Okay, so there, we're done with that. And it will warp your card stock just a little bit, but it will straighten back out. It's not a problem at all. And then, let's see, we'll bring in our Designer Series paper. And I am just going to adhere this to the top. And I might not have come down quite far enough. So that's okay, because we can move that up and then just give that a little trim. So normally I would lay my Designer Series paper or whatever it is that I'm using to kind of mark off where I want to do my stamping at, but I didn't do it this time. Okay, so we're just gonna line that up, center it. I did go up, but that is all right because we'll just take some paper snips and trim that off, and nobody will be the wiser except for you and me. Okay, just give this a quick little trim. Like so. There we go. It's looking beautiful already. So now we've stamped our image, and I went ahead and die cutted one out already. And I also went ahead and die cut our little scallop here. And I am going to punch these holes out with a little poker here. Just like so. Beautiful. Okay. Clean up our mess, move this out of the way, bring this in, and then we're going to adhere that, our stamped image, our little flower or succulent. Some people call them succulents and some are calling them flowers. They're beautiful any which way you call them. I love them. Okay, there we go. One of the things that I absolutely love about Stampin' Up! Is how easy it is to do, to make beautiful things, because everything pretty much coordinates with each other. It's just, I love it. It's so much fun, and it makes it fun because when it's too hard, it's not fun, and this should really be fun. So I'm using my glue dots here, and I'm going to put a piece of ribbon around here. I have to be honest, I know that this looks like the Sale-A-Bration item, the pack of 5 spools of ribbon in the Sale-A-Bration that has been sold out forever. But I found some ribbon that I had from years ago that looks just like it, and I took my blends and colored it. But now the ribbon is now available, so you can choose that as a free Sale-A-Bration item with a purchase of $50 or more. And we've got that. And then this is going to go right on top of there. And I'm going to use some Stampin' Dimensionals. Love these guys. I don't know what my life would be like without dimensionals, because they just add a little something extra to your projects. Okay. Who wouldn't want to use it, because it is, I needed to bring that over just a little bit more, because you can look like an artist, and I did not leave enough room. This was supposed to go over here on this end. That's what I get for not glancing over at my original card. There we go, because we got to make room for our bow. So I've got another little piece, and we are just going to tie this real quickly into a little tiny bow. Just like so. And I am good with the way this looks. So now I am going to give this a little, well, let's pull this a little tighter. Pull this down just a little bit. There, I think I'm pretty good with that. So now I'm just going to give this a little trim. And then we're going to take another one of these fabulous glue dots that make your life so much easier. Put that on there, and then we're going to attach it to the side here. Just like so. Now we're going to put some adhesive on this, and I'm using liquid glue. This is Monotombo multi-purpose glue. I absolutely love it. It is my glue of choice because most of the time I have wiggle room, and we're going to attach this to our card base. We're just going to center it in there. And then there we go. So now we're going to stamp the inside of our card here. And I will put the measurements in the description below so that you can go back and get the dimensions on the card. And also on my blog at spongeandstamp.com, there'll be full description of this card with the picture and everything else. So just hop on over there and give me a shout out over there. And let's stamp that off, and right there. So there's the inside of our card, so beautiful. And then you could stamp a sentiment in the inside if you'd like to, or you can leave it just like that to where you can just write a note in there. I like to stamp sentiments in the inside of my cards, but sometimes I do leave them blank. It's really up to you and what you prefer and what you like. Okay, there we go, and there is our finished project. I hope that you guys like this tutorial today, and I hope that you come back and visit me soon and often. And please remember to subscribe to my channel and give me a thumbs up. And again, the measurements of the card will be in the description below, and also a full description and list of all the products that I used will be on my blogs at spongeandstamp.com. Thank you so much, you guys. Bye-bye.